There's a couple that the husband goes like, you don't ever initiate. That's a terrible way to start this conversation about sex initiation. That's a big mistake. A couple months ago, we were rating ourselves a 6.
Yeah.
There were hard times. We work on them.
Right, which that's the natural ebb and flow of relationships. I think it would be a little bit weird if everybody was a 10 all the time and never had anything lower than a 10.
I feel like that would be like you have no job and like you have no
That's your
bills,
whole
no
life.
taxes. Like you're all day I'm just in lingerie having caviar at the beach. Then maybe. Even that, like I know a lot of housewives of very successful, wealthy husbands that are in my practice saying I'm not happy.
Yeah. Yep.
So even that caviar by the beach life isn't giving you the best, most fulfilling sex life.
Right, exactly. So without the tools, without needing to know what there is to know about sexual communication, you can have all the money in the world. You can be laying at the beach, but still not be totally satisfied because you need these skills.
Yeah, people equate money and career as
Mm,
successful, like a successful life. I think a successful life has many more facets than that.
yep, totally agree. I know we've been really positive throughout the podcast, but I do want to talk about a mistake. Like, what is the most common mistake people make when they finally try to talk about sex with their partner?
It's approaching the conversation as a criticism. Even
Mm,
though they're like, I'm doing this because I want us to improve and grow together. It doesn't matter. You can't approach it as a criticism. You don't ever want to approach sexual communication pointing out what they don't do. You don't ever want to do that because then people immediately get defensive and then they go into attack mode. Then they think about what you don't do and what they're not happy with
yeah.
about you. And then they come back and it just becomes like an unproductive conversation.
Mm.
I've seen this, witnessed this firsthand a lot with couples that come to my practice. Like when I want them to start talking, this is how they talk. There's a couple that the husband goes like, you don't ever initiate. That's a terrible way to start this conversation about sexual initiation. That's a big mistake.
If you come at somebody like with negatives and a bad attitude, that just starts everything off with a really bad vibe. And it's not going to be a very productive conversation. You got to bring a good vibe and good intentions to the conversation and just start it out with healthy communication.
A lot of my students will say like, well, but then what if I'm upset? If I'm upset about something, I say, well, then take a moment.
Yeah.
Take a moment to yourself. Maybe you even write it down. My
Yeah.
husband is really good at writing things down when he's upset.
Yeah.
And then have a conversation about it later, like
Yeah.
full take a step back and think about it and then have a conversation.